Welcome back to Heart to Head with Olivia and Jessica.
Hello, everyone.
Today, we're going to be talking about overthinking and negative thinking and, how everyone does it. And we are so excited for this topic. Yay.
You know what I'm starting to realize is that like dating episodes get mentioned and I'm like, ugh. And like super emotional episodes get mentioned and Olivia goes, ugh.
At least that we're consistent in what we like and what we don't like. And also the fact that it's opposite is amazing because then it really offsets where I'm like, then one person is like fully enjoying the topic that we're talking about, like really excited about it. The other person's like, all right, it's relatable. We'll do this.
And it's funny because I want the folks at home to know before we start episodes now, because Olivia's a volleyball player, we literally play who's serving. So we toggle off of who's going to start the episode, like who's going to be the filler and who's going to be the server. And literally I was like before we started this episode, I was like, who's serving? And she just pointed at me and I went, fuck, okay.
I like it when Jess serves first because I like the way that she approaches things. Whereas me, I feel like I just prefer to just like interject unless it's something relationship oriented.
Same. Okay.
But Jess doesn't like that.
Same. So
wait, are these people pleaser tendencies coming out?
Are they people pleasers or just being like, you put yourself out there first and then I'll follow behind.
I'll follow. I got you.
So the conversation that we're having today is overthinking and negative thinking. And it's a very universal topic. And I actually did sort of a dramatic, Liv normally labels the episodes, but I actually thought of the title for this one. So I will be a little not braggadocious, but I will be a little like, I'll tell you what I called it because this is something that I have had in my life forever. This is something that I have talked to family members about that they experience as well, friends. So the way that I call this episode is overthinking, negative thinking when your mind is a war zone. Because I feel like when you start having thoughts, and it's funny because I've been very open about talking about therapy. I've been very open about talking about going to therapy. The first time I was going to therapy and analyzing my anxiety, which is 100% overthinking. That's why you get anxious because what happens is, yeah,
that's crazy.
What happens is your body gets overfilled with emotions, thoughts, feelings. And my therapist, and I love that I say this, and probably people are like, my therapist says the same thing. So I don't know if this is like textbook therapist, like a therapist is like, they've talked about anxiety. Let's talk about this reference. So she talked about the ripples of an ocean, like a ripples of a pond. And that 100% is what overthinking feels like. It can start with something as simple as, oh God, what used to spiral me out? And that's the other word that I would love to use to describe it is the word spiral. What would make me feel like there is a build, there is a tornado aspect. It's this feeling of feeling like it started with one thing and now it's the size of a Category 5 hurricane. And you're sitting there and you're either getting poured on or the wind is beating you up or there's a tsunami coming. Like it's a terrible, terrible feeling. And I remember when I first would have constant, and I mean constant anxiety, constant overthinking, constant negative thinking. And I mean like literally 24/7. It would start from if I went into a store and I was to purchase something and I would say, have a good night. And it was daytime. I would literally think about that moment for about 5 to 6 hours. why did I say have a good night? Oh my God, they're going to think I'm an idiot. The sun was out. What's wrong with me? It's like that time that I said that one time to that friend and then they like judged me for the rest of my life. And then I felt stupid. And then it reminds me of that time I was in class and, that teacher called me out for being stupid. It literally is a cacophony of one little pebble and the whole thing just collapse. And it's a terrible feeling. You feel trapped. You feel stuck. You feel like you can't get out of it. Like it's almost like you're in quicksand because you're like, I'm going under. So yeah, let's talk about it. Let's make it feel a little bit more normal so people can know that, oh fuck, I'm not the only one.
Yeah, no, we definitely like I'm a huge overthinker and it's interesting because I always thought my overthinking was like it was planning related. It was like, okay, like I'm thinking all the scenarios, I'm like planning this out and I'm thinking of all the things I need to do and which overthinking for me is related to planning in the sense of I make a lot of lists because some of my anxiety comes up if I feel like I'm going to forget something that I need to do. So, starting from a young age, I've just made a lot of lists because I realize, okay, like I can go to sleep better if I like make a list before I go to bed of things I need to do the next day or, to do essentially a to-do list of like the things I need to do, people I need to talk to, that sort of thing, so that I can just go to sleep and not think about it and not be laying in bed and that list just like going ahead of like, oh, well, I'm going to forget. I need to call Jess tomorrow and I need to, go to the store and I need to do this, do that. And I'm afraid I'm going to forget it. But another thing that kind of resonated with me this week is that a friend pointed out attachment styles to me, which I had never heard of before, which is kind of silly now I think about it. But I just love all new framework. So attachment styles is describing 4 different styles of like kind of how you are in relationships. But the basis of it is coming from childhood and that your attachment styles is based off of your 2 main caretakers
Mm-hmm.
and how they treated you. And then also their styles can
Mm-hmm.
affect you as well. There's anxious or preoccupied, there's avoidant or dismissive, there's disorganized or fearful avoidant, and then lastly, there's secure. And so I'm talking about this with my friends and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm 100% secure because I didn't realize that it was based off of childhood, which completely is a
Mm-hmm.
different ballgame. I was thinking like right now, it's like, oh, in a relationship, like I feel like I've worked through things. My way of thinking is better, and so I'm 100% secure. And then I took the test and it was like anxious, and I was like, yep, that makes sense. I didn't realize it was based off of childhood, and that 100% is valid because it just the characteristics that it was bringing up it was like I definitely had a lot of those when I was younger and I've worked through a lot of them now, but 2 that were very, you know, relevant was like, okay, my caregivers having completely different ways of, the way that they made me feel, which
Yep.
was 100% true. Also, my mom's style of what she is, which she is anxious 100%.
Yep.
And what resonated with me is the thinking of when I'm in a relationship or if I'm dating someone, like, do they like me? Are they interested in me? Am I worthy of being loved by someone else if I'm myself? That still is a something that comes up for me. And I've done a lot of work on that, but it's still there that it's like, okay, dating someone new or going out with someone new. And I'm like, do they even like me? Do they even like me? I don't know if they're interested in me. And I just felt myself asking the question over the last couple of weeks. And I was like, why do I keep asking this question? Everyone else is like, they're spending time with you. They like you.